Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Adam Shukran Muhammad Azahari, and today I'll be starting off our presentation for assignment 1 for human-computer interaction. So for this assignment, we were tasked to find a couple of different applications and also do our evaluation on their usability, I guess. So without further ado, I'll talk about the first item, which is regarding a kiosk. So the kiosk that we went with is a GoFit membership registration kiosk, which is located in ICT. So in the introduction, we briefly went through the benefits of having a registration kiosk, as well as a little bit of background regarding GoFit as a company, what it does, the different technologies that it uses, the innovative methods that it implements those technologies, and so on and so forth. So with regards to GoFit, there are a couple of different modules that we would like to highlight that are present in the kiosk itself. So firstly is of course the membership sign up module. So in this membership sign up module, there are a couple of different options that the customer can go with or that the user can go with. So this shows that there is some level of choice that the user has with regards to the membership. And with regards to the book class module, as GoFit is actually a gym company, so they do actually conduct different types of classes. And some of the classes that they conduct are like HIIT classes, cardio classes, strength basics, and so on and so forth. So if you were to only want to join one particular class, you would have to book that session to join that class. So in terms of the recommendation, there's also recommendation module. So if you don't really know what kind of membership you want to sign up, GoFit actually provides a recommendation portion of the website where you can like answer a short questionnaire, and it will recommend you the membership that is suitable for you. So in terms of some of the critiques that we have, or some of the weaknesses that that one particular module has, is we'll be focusing on the registration module. So some of the critiques that we would like to give is that there are some accessibility issues in terms of the user interface. There are inconsistent flow in, or sometimes it is outright broken, and it also forces users to remember details. So firstly, with regards to accessibility issues, we would like to point out two different issues, which is with regards to using the kiosk in an environment with a lot of light, and secondly, used by users who suffer from visual impairments. So as mentioned, is that the kiosk is located on the fourth floor of Central ICT. This floor is actually quite open to sunlight, so there's a lot of external light that hits the screen. And if you look at some of the photos that we have taken when we visited the place itself, is that you can see that the font is actually quite light in color. So whereby that it's a little bit hard to see, especially especially during the afternoon where a lot of outside light interferes or makes it hard to be able to read the font. So this is mainly stemming from having fonts that are not really that suitable in the sense that they are quite thin. So it's a little bit harder for you to be able to read them, especially in situations where there's a lot of glare in the surrounding area, I guess. So next is there's also we went through the different colors that was provided or that is in the kiosk. So we did some, and we also want to propose a new color for that thing for the font of the kiosk. This is in a way to help alleviate some of the issues with having such a light font color, because we believe that when they designed the kiosk, I they most likely designed it in a sense where it would be used on a computer in an environment that has good lighting, but we believe that the design could be improved to work better in an environment with a lot of glare and a lot of sunlight. So next critique that we would have is regarding some using the kiosk by people who have visual impairments. So we did an analysis by a tool created by people from University of Cambridge, which is called an impairment simulator. So this impairment simulator can help run a photo through some impairment simulator to simulate what it would look like if you had that visual impairment. So this is the control photo that we have. This is the photo that we use. And then this is what it would look like if you had cataracts. This is what it would look like if you have macular degeneration, retinopathy, and also contrast sensitivity loss. So you can see that if you do have these visual impairments, it will be a lot harder for you to be able to use the system properly. As such, we do believe that some alterations are needed to be more to make the kiosk more accessible, especially to visually impaired people. And next critique is regarding the flow of regarding inconsistent flow of the system. So one thing that we found is when we were using the kiosk is that if you went through registration and there was no way for you to go back. So if you try to click the logo at the top, there's no way for you to go back to the homepage. So we're not quite sure why it was designed like this, because a lot of modern designs, if you click the logo, it will send you back to home. So we are not quite sure why that happened. So this is a very, very glaring issue that should be looked at, especially if you want to improve the human-computer interaction of the kiosk. And next is regarding it forces users to remember details. This is just a minor nitpick, but we do believe that it could be a detriment to the kiosk in the sense that at the membership registration page, it doesn't actually tell you the different services provided if you sign up for the membership. As if like what facilities are present, what kind of equipment are present. They don't really mention that during the membership selection. So we believe that this, in a way, it makes the user have to remember what kind of benefits they are in for if they do sign up for a membership. So we believe that that there should be a list of different features or facilities that are provided on the same page as membership to unify both the details, i.e. the membership, i.e. the facilities present, as well as the benefits of the different memberships. We do believe that that should be the case. And next is regarding the benefits that the application poses to three different elements, which are personal, society, and also country. So in terms of personal benefit, we believe that having a kiosk can actually make the overall membership sign-up process a lot more streamlined. Because if you are comfortable with using a kiosk, you are able to navigate it a lot faster than if you were to have, like, let's say, a receptionist tell you all the different details. So we do believe that having a kiosk would be much more efficient and much more better. Next, with regards to society, we believe that with the introduction of having kiosks in more and more places, uh, we believe that a lot of menial jobs, like jobs that don't require a lot of skill, i.e. being a receptionist, could be replaced with kiosks. So we believe that this can act as a positive catalyst for change, whereby it would encourage society to move forward and better improve their ability to use technology. So next, in terms of the country, on a similar note to that of society, we believe that if you were to start using kiosk more often, especially like registration membership kiosk, or maybe even like kiosk in like restaurants, we believe that implementing these kiosks at different levels of society or at different places in life makes it so that people become more and more comfortable with using technology. As Malaysia is a steadily growing economy, steadily growing country, we believe that making our citizens more comfortable with using technology is a very important step in being able to make our country very competitive. So we do believe that having kiosks, the idea of having kiosks in a lot of different places is a good thing. So next, in conclusion, we've talked about the different issues that are present in the GoFit registration membership kiosk. We have also talked about the benefits or even the modules that are present in the kiosk. And we've also talked about the benefit that it poses to personal, society, and also country. So those are some of the things regarding GoFit registration membership. I'll pass it off to my colleague. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum to Madam Roslinda. So my name is Numashta. I'll be presenting on MySejahtera apps and also Blossom app. Okay, so the first one is MySejahtera app. When we flash back to 2020, our country were having COVID-19 outbreak across the nation and also around the world. So our government created the apps called MySejahtera app to help control the COVID-19 outbreak. The primary objective of these apps is to quickly identify anyone who may have had close contact and also tested positive for COVID-19. So our Malaysian Ministry of Health can keep track of user health status and also contact information by using MySejahtera. Day by day, there's few features by features has been added into MySejahtera. We go one by one to the module. Okay. So the first module is profile and also COVID-19 risk status. When we open our MySejahtera app, it will show our personal information, our name, our IC. This is to ensure that we are the legitimate user of it for this app. The second one is organ donor pledge. This is a new features was launched on MySejahtera apps on September 6th. This is a very good feature while raising awareness on organ donation, and also aside from that, it's also making it easy for people to sign up as a donor. The third one is manage dependent. For people who do not have access to smartphone or computer, user can also manage our dependent by added the another dependence info to MySejahtera. Also, the next one is infectious disease tracker. User can assess their risk of contracting COVID-19. The MySejahtera are going to request for information of user about their symptom, also their travel history, also the recent interaction with confirmation case. The next one is locate health facility. MySejahtera will ask for permission of user location to locate health facility nearby the user location. Users also can see the list of hospital that gonna be handling the COVID-19 cases, and also list of clinic to help users to perform their COVID-19 sampling screening. Next one is appointment. MySejahtera are now also equipped with a booster appointment where user can choose their preferred time and also preferred location. The next one is self-test. Before this, previously, user required to complete the form and declare the outcome, and they're gonna declare the outcome whether it's positive or negative or also invalid. But now user need to respond to a few numbers of questions and also include the location, also timing of the test. Perhaps user also can upload a snapshot of the test result. Okay, moving on to the module critic for the profile page. So as we can see there, the color treatment is not consistent. There's green, blue, yellow, and also red. Okay, so in terms of UI, we need to have we need to use consistency of color palette. Also, as we can see here, this is a very low contrast. This is a very low contrast. Contrast is very important, whereby the elements merge, whereby as you can see that the element already merged together and it's very hard for user to read. Okay, and then the next one is too much material display in one section. The information is very overload. As we can see here, there's logo here, and also there's another logo here. Okay, move to the next one is the Tiffany blue didn't contrast with the text, as you can see here. And also the next one, the refresh CTA is placed in an odd position. Refresh is in the middle. Normally for refresh, we're going to put on the top, also on the bottom, not in the middle. Okay, move on to the benefit. So the benefit for personal, the first benefit for personal. Okay, as for us personal user, this is very useful for us to take precaution of the COVID spreading around us. This application also important for tracking contact of patients who have symptoms, as well as for giving people advice on self-isolation, getting checked out, getting through the quarantine period by assisting the COVID. The MySejahtera app gonna assist us for how many days we need to quarantine, and all is very benefit for personal person. Okay, and then next one to society. In order to counter the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic, Malaysian government has mobilized its resources. Okay, beneficial for user. This program keep track on which user have recently been in immediate contact. App user who have recently been in direct range to a user who has been verified with COVID-19, they're gonna alert a user by giving notifications. Also, the willingness of user to install and use the program also determine their efficiency of the apps. Therefore, the goals of this app is to make COVID tracing cases easy. Malaysian users should influence other user acceptance of COVID-19 digital contact tracing app even until now. For the next one is for country. Okay. Because of MySejahtera apps, our country now can easily detect COVID-19 cases. The approach provides some of a starting point for enhancing the accessibility of tracking COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia. Although MySejahtera is not without its downside, one positive general remarks that should be noted that it is not has done well in choosing a good brand color. Color plays very important role in the overall first impression of a particular system. Color coded, especially blue pair with white as very appropriate color scheme for website. As we know, as MySejahtera using a color blue and also white. For the next app is Blossom app. So Blossom is identify application. It can use on iPhone and also Android devices, but not in computer. It is use artificial intelligence along with our smartphone camera to identify over 10,000 different plants. It also has a few features like set reminder for our watering plant. Blossom also can be a journal and also diary for plants lover. Okay, we'll go through the module of Blossom. So the first one is plant info and also care tips. Blossom have answers to user queries about plants. Discover more about their plants and comprehensive information on watering, fertilizing, and also other aspects of plant care. The next one is water reminding. Due to our daily tasks, some of users are not able to stick to a better watering schedule and also care plant. With Blossom, when it's time to water, fertilize, or report our plant, user can set up reminders for plant maintenance to get notifications. The next one is plant identification. Blossom can detect more than 10,000 different plants, flower, trees, and also succulents are included also. Users can simply take a picture and upload one of their collection also from the gallery. Blossom just gonna take few seconds to detect the pictures and determine which plant are which. And the next one is gardening schedules. As we can see here, we also have planting schedule. Despite plants, user can also grow food plants like tomatoes and also organic using Blossom. With a customized planting schedule, User may schedule their seeding session and receive additional care reminder for their vegetable gardening. Okay. For module critic, we will go through the plant identification. The first one is use white shadow small text. As you can see there, it's very hard even for me using computer to read multiple snaps here. As you can see, multiple snaps, something, something. They did not use contrast to separate the text element from the background. The second one is inconsistent use of color palette for elements like the button red and also this one yellow. The third one is use a lot of space to visually separate different blocks of information. As we can see here, for the camera, they can make it bigger, not just when we snap the plant, it only take in the yellow line, not all over the camera. So, and then also spaces between Add to My Garden and also the Kensha Palm is different spaces. It take a lot of spaces to visually spread different blocks of information. And then the next one is photos. Photos of the plant look like seems fake and also unrealistic. Photos in our interface is really vital because strong image can complement our applications. It need to be realistic. The next one, we move to benefit in terms of personal. As a plant lover, user will gain advantage for them to maintain and take care of their plant's growth and also plant reproduction. The user also have higher interest in plants, can learn more about plant identification. We feel more enjoyable about with this application. As for societies, this can help society in planting, also gardening and also gardening knowledge with these modern plant detection apps. Also, user will be driven to use this application for additional plant management, for botanists and also farmers they can use in their field. User also will be driven to use this application for additional plant management to support, while others will be inspired to utilize them for identification of any form illness or plant pathogen. As we know, gardens are not just aesthetically pleasing, they are a building block of healthy spaces and also reduction in carbon footprints for society's health. Okay. The last one is for our country. People invent gardening for a variety of reasons, such as to make use of unused outdoor space, also to enhance the curb of their home. But whatever their purpose is vital for us to keep in mind that growing a garden has environmental benefit for our country as well. The process of photosynthesis, which is how plants produce food, also purifies our air that we breathe in and out. The leaf produce organic compound by using carbon dioxide, water, and also mineral during the process. Carbon dioxide is a waste that people and animals exhale. Planting a plant might also help to maintain our soil structure. So ideally, soil is kept together by plant root system, help prevent landslide from happening. So that's all from me, from my part. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. I'm here once again to speak regarding our next item for this assignment, which is regarding the physics classroom. So the physics classroom is actually just an e-learning platform for people to be able to learn physics in a much more interactive manner. So here are some of the modules that are present in the system. So firstly is regarding concept builder. This is a module that teaches the foundations of certain concepts in physics. As you can see, it uses a lot of graphical elements that helps the students be able to learn certain foundational concepts that is related to physics. You can see that there's also help buttons, so on and so forth, within the module. Next is regarding calculator pad. Calculator pad functions quite similarly to most quiz uh, websites, I guess, whereby that you have a question, you can enter the answer, and you can submit your answer and see whether you got the answer correctly or not. So next is regarding Physics Interactive. This is another module that it has. We can see that this particular case is regarding vectors, whereby the user is able to drag and drop the vectors on the screen and then see the resultant magnitude and resultant angles. So we can see that it's quite interactive. So one critique that we would like to have towards one of the modules would be regarding the physics interactive module. Whereby this is one another example, also regarding vectors, if I'm not mistaken. We can see that the design is actually quite dark. It's quite hard to read, although one might argue that it is enough contrast to be seen. We believe that this color combination doesn't really, it's not really welcoming due to it just being very dark, very drab. So we believe that there are some improvements that can be done, especially if the color combinations chosen in this particular scenario. We also believe that some of the graphics used are quite old school, and we believe with modern UI UX design, a more sleek, a more modern outlook or design would benefit much more. So we can also see that some of the selecting buttons, like how to change the speed of the simulation, a lot of the buttons they don't really have any key features that help to make them stand out. One example that we like to give is regarding like YouTube and Instagram. You can see that anything that is clickable is quite apparent that they are clickable, whereby that they have a noticeable border around the buttons, or they have some sort of color that helps them pop out even more, which would in a way act as a visual cue for the user to proceed. So in terms of the human-computer interaction, we believe that this particular module has some improvements that can be done on it. So that's some of the critiques. In terms of the benefits, I would just like to give a general benefit of having an e-learning platform. So we believe that accessibility is a very important element, especially with regards to education. And we believe with the use of human-computer interaction, especially with UI UX concepts being employed in the e-learning platforms, we believe that this makes it a lot more accessible. This makes it a lot more usable and makes it a lot more approachable, especially to the masses. So we believe on an individual, societal, and on a country level that e-learning platform, particularly the physics classroom, plays a very pivotal role in making sure that education or knowledge can be given or distributed in a easily consumable manner. With that, I would like to conclude our presentation. Thank you very much.